Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're new to Hans's channel, welcome. If you're a veteran listener, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about treating ear infections, and Hans is going to give a big disclaimer right away.
Yeah.
Just in case. If
Well,
any
the
doctors
disclaimer is I don't want vets get all messy with me.
Yeah.
Is that, okay, you go to the vet. That's my disclaimer.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to tell you what I do.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want. It's free country still.
Fifth. Yeah.
But you know, you need to go to the vet, right?
How many dogs you had, your own dogs, over all these years?
Oh, shit.
You said, I think.
How many dogs I own in my life? Probably 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, so
plus I've worked with hundreds of thousands of dogs.
top of that, yeah. I'm just saying, even just personal dogs.
Right.
So they know a little bit here. Someone's listening.
Yeah,
like,
a little, maybe.
Okay.
Here's the deal, guys. I've seen ear infections on dogs, and some of them are like really hard to get rid of. Even if you go to the vet, they give you these Z-Mex or something, and it works pretty good, but then it comes back. You know, there's several reasons why the dog has an ear infection. Could be mites, yeast, bacterial infection, maybe some other stuff, fungus, I don't know, something, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. And each of them needs to be treated medically with your vet a different way, right? You cannot treat bacterial infection with something which will kill mites, right? And I can kind of tell, you know, what causes the ear infection just by looking at the goo inside of the dog's ear, right? If it's black, it's probably bacterial, or could be pus pouring out. I mean, you name it. Go on Google and Google the ear infections and pictures, and you will see some amazing stuff. The reddish is usually mites, reddish brown, you know. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? So if you go to the vet will run a sample, look at a microscope, or just, you know. And some of the treatments are maybe doing more than others. I mean, and more than one thing they may treat, you know. And you know, the dogs will shake their heads and they get hematoma. That's what happened to Gus.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and the ear get cauliflower down, you know.
Yeah.
I personally doesn't bother me, you know. But aesthetically, some people are really, you know, feel perturbed by that. To me, the ears don't make a dog, so not to worry about it. But, and some people just diligently keep cleaning the dog's ears, and that really doesn't help. You know, you're just treating the symptoms.
It's deeper in there.
Yeah, the thing which is in the, and plus it go all the way deep. You wouldn't believe what with some dogs can come out of their ears, right? No. And I tried all, you know, so, you know, and plus you got to drive to the vet and spend money and all that, and you got to have time for it, and if you don't, then it gets worse and all that. So what I did, I'm telling you what I did. I'm not saying you need to do that. That's my disclaimer here, right? Yeah. I'm not advising you to do that. I'm advising you to go to the vet. I'm just telling you what I do. Yeah. I hope I made it clear, you know, for legal reasons, right? So what I did, I tried all sorts of different things, different potions, herbs. I made my own different things, mineral oils, a lot different stuff. And about 3-5 years ago, I tried this, right? Coconut oil, Manuka honey. You know, if you don't know what Manuka honey, look it up. It probably could be regular honey, but Manuka honey is really rich in enzymes, so it keeps healing, you know, well. And stuff called berberine.
Berberine?
Berberine. Could you write it down when we...
I'll try to have it on the screen.
Yeah,
the correct
berberine.
Spelling.
Okay, berberine. And berberine is bright yellow thing. I buy it bulk. It's not cheap. I bought like a pound and a half for like $200.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it's gonna last all life. I keep it in the refrigerator, keep it cool and all that. and it's a herb used for people treating diabetes and all that. You know, we
an
can check
herb.
our big herbalist. Okay, and so we do a lot of most home remedies are herbal remedies.
Okay.
Much more than here in the United States. You know, there are herbalists here too in the United States, but I try always the herbs, and so I mix all these things up. You know, the coconut oil will get hard when it's cooler temperature.
Okay.
And so you don't heat it up too much. You know, you don't want to destroy the good stuff in the coconut oil by heating it up.
Killing the enzymes.
You know, you just gotta get a virgin cold press organic coconut. You know, so all the enzymes and good stuff is still preserved there.
Okay.
And then the manuka honey, don't heat it up also. And so you can put like 1 to 10 coconut oil to manuka honey. And then let's say you're making 4 ounces of it. So I would take like a 1 or 2, doesn't matter that much, teaspoons of the berberine powder. The berberine is the bright yellow, most beautiful, most true yellow color you can imagine, right? And you put it in and mix it up, and then just you can even take what I do. I take the berberine, and you know, you have these puffer. You can buy professional puffer for medical things, or what I use is for the babies. When they get born, they have these sucking things they suck from the nose. This little kind of balloon kind of tube. Looks like the thing you put on Google Map, you know, that little
I've seen it.
drop, right? And I suck the powder, and I puff it inside of the dog's ear.
Just straight up with the powder.
Just the berberine only, right? And then I take the solution or the concoction, and I just put it either on my finger and rub it inside of the dog's ear, or I take a little syringe with no needle, right, and make it kind of warm it up, but again, don't heat it up too much so it becomes liquid, and I suck it into the like 3 cc syringe, and I kind of squirt it in the ear and kind of right behind the ear, kind of rub it in and all that, and do it on the both sides. And I've done it with Gus. I didn't notice. I plead guilty. That's why he got that cauliflower ear. But I put that in, and that's been 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Nothing.
And I keep checking his ears, and there is any infection didn't come since. Where if I was using the Zymax or stuff like that, I'll clean it up. It's gonna be good, and 2 months later or months later, it's back.
Okay.
But with this, it doesn't come back, and if it does, just put a little more there.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
all
what
natural.
I do,
Yeah.
and it really works well. I'm not saying it's 100% because in the world nothing is 100%, but that is the stuff I had the best success with. You know, berberine, coconut oil, manuka honey.
Simple.
And you know, the percentages don't matter that much. Good quality manuka honey is really expensive. I'm using because it depends what grade it is, and you may need to study the grades if you want to start using manuka honey. And there's different scales, and they're not compatible, and you really gotta figure it out. So you gotta go on Google, YouTube. I mean Google, and kind of study on it. And you want the high quality. I pay for my manuka honey last time. I don't know how much it's now with this inflation, but I paid for 8-ounce little jar of manuka honey. I paid like $120.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not top, but really good quality stuff.
Okay.
And the good quality, what it makes good quality is you don't put it in your tea or anything. You just use it for these medicinal reasons.
Okay.
That $120 manuka honey jar will last me for years.
Okay.
Right? And I put it on wounds and stuff like that, right? You know?
Medicinal.
Medicinal reasons, you know. I mean, you can put in your tea, but you destroy the enzymes by the heat of the tea, number one. And number two, you can just use normal honey, local honey.
But then you can. What if you eating it?
You
would be
can
healthy?
you can eat it. Hey, if you can spend the money on it, hey, you cannot do much better honey than that.
Okay.
It's coming from New Zealand. Australia also makes Manuka honey, but the best quality comes from New Zealand. So if it costs anywhere, just the average quality Manuka honey will cost you 8-ounce jar probably $40-50, right? Okay. And there's a lot of fake stuff, so you gotta kind of pay attention.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm using this brand called Witherspoon.
Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of black cube.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are other brands which are just as good, or but I know this one, so I don't want to keep doing research.
Yeah. And this could be off topic, and you don't need to even answer that, but it could be used for topical stuff too.
Yeah.
Outside of the. Yeah.
Well, I'm using it on like a Neosporin too, like on wounds, on me or dogs,
so
whatever.
It's not that much healing. Okay.
People think Manuka honey is, honey is like bad for putting on wounds, and no, the old-fashioned healing is one of them was using sugar. And honey is basically sugar. Yeah. And sugar is a preservative. It kills all the bacteria in certain concentrations. That's why we have preserve. When you make marmalade and stuff, they put load sugar in it. And that way it kills all the bacteria. Yeah. So it was some movie with Brad Pitt or somebody or Born Identity. What's the name of that guy? Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
One of those movies, and he got shot, and he went to a grocery store, and he was hiding, and he got a bag of sugar and pressed it inside of his wound as a disinfectant, right? And I knew of a guy who was in Korea and got wounded, and he got gangrene in his hand. I'm not saying, guys, this is what you should do. I'm just telling you the stories I've heard. Okay, you go to a doctor. Okay.
If you enjoyed this content so far, please subscribe to our channel. Also, Hans has a podcast channel called Dog Training for Life. Check that out so you can listen to the audio version.
But this is what I do or what I would do. Yeah. And just me, you go to a doctor.
You go doctor.
What I do, what this guy did, he got wounded and he got gangrene in his hand, and gangrene was progressing. And they told him they're going to have to amputate his arm so he doesn't die of the blood poisoning. Yeah. And he asked somebody, I don't know who, to bring him a jar of honey. And he said, give him 24 hours, hopefully. And he put that hand with the gangrene into the jar of honey and left it in there overnight, and it actually saved his arm. It killed the gangrene, which is basically infection, blood poisoning. And honey just doesn't rot. And why do you think that is? Because the sugar is a preservative. Plus, you have the enzymes which help you to heal. Because when you heal, or dog heals, it's by enzymes, right? The enzymes heal the wound, right? The white blood cells kill, and all that, and the bacteria or the infection, and the honey does the same thing. Yeah. And the enzymes do the same thing. Bees do it. That's the ultimate stuff, and so that's how it works.
Yeah. Again, go to the doctor.
Hey, go to the doctor, man. Don't listen to me. I'm just an old dog shit picker.
This was a good episode too. So it's again, Hans is talking from experience, and again, we throw another disclaimer: go to the doctor. But thanks for listening, and thank you, Hans, for your input of many years on this. So,
as I said, I use Manuka honey on everything, scratch and stuff.
Right now, there's going to be a shortage of Manuka honey, and they're like, why? I don't know. This guy told us to.
But you combine it with that berberine and the coconut oil, and
read up on it on on the internet. It's there. I mean, right? Info.
Not this concoction,
Not
but
this,
the individual.
but individual. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. That's what I meant. So
Yeah.
it's healing power. So thanks for listening. Please subscribe, like, share, push buttons, whatever we might
Tell
have.
people about it.
Tell people. Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah,
There
you
go.
gotta
Those-
watch this podcast from this crazy guy
Yeah.
with a funny accent.
I know. Like,
You know, his name is Hans.
I know.
It's not even my name, really.
yeah. Well,
I got talk sometimes. How did I come to Hans? man?
yeah. That's another episode. Those are what we call teasers. Now we're doing teasers for the next episode.
Hey, my real name is Denek Blah Blah. Go figure.
There you go. He gave it away. You're like this was like the Seinfeld episode when Kramer
Cosmo.
Cosmo was his real name.
What's Kramer? What's your real name?
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
There you go. So thanks.
Cosmo.
The cat's out of the
Hey,
bag.
hey, my last name is blah blah, you know, and I remember when I was a little kid, man, I had upset appendix and I was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And there were kids over there, you know, and they looked at my, you know, chart
Yeah.
in the bed, on the bed, hanging on the bed by my feet. And they started laughing at me, you know, I was 4 years old and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't know, you know, what's
Yeah,
so
you're
funny about so
My name. Yeah.
my name, right? And there was one guy, man, there, I'll never forget that. And he ran a wire brush. He was cleaning something with wire brush. He ran over his chest and he got this flesh-eating bacteria. And he was the only one who protected me, and he died right there next to me, man. You know, and blah, blah, you know, I mean, it's coming from Moravia.
Okay.
You know, my father was Moravian, and he, they just recently the archaeologists did study and they dug up some graves, gravestones, right? And there was a name carved in, and they were 1,200 years old.
And was it blah blah?
Blah blah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So
So you know what?
there
When
might
I
be,
came to America, I said, they look at my name and it says, you're going to change your name too. And I said, stay as is, because my father would, you know, get crazy if I
There you
would
go.
change my name. You know, for 1,200 years, you know, people kept it, and I'm now suddenly going to go and be a wuss and change it? No.
this could be royalty
It's like,
or
it's like,
something.
it's like the song about man named Sue, right?
So,
You know, just because I'm
like
a funny
this.
name, don't think I'm a wuss.
yeah. That it was. That's for
All
sure.
right,
So,
that's it.
thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.